So when the government restrictions came and we couldn't meet in person, it was very natural for us to hold our annual meeting as a telephone town hall meeting. To fulfill the annual meeting requirements that are outlined in our bylaws, a packet of information is sent to our members, mailed to everybody in advance of the annual meeting. We can hold votes with a telephone town hall meeting. We can get instant member feedback, and we receive voicemails at the end of the meeting.
Paulding Putnam wanted to be the trusted cooperative, not just today, but 50 years down the road. We really wanted to make a good impression on future generations as well, without leaving behind those members who have loved us from the very beginning. So Member Appreciation Day, we found, really is a great way to reach all demographics, because a lot of grandparents end up bringing their grandkids. We have lots of family games and activities. Sometimes we bring in bands, bounce houses, zip line, lineman activity booths so they can try on, kids can try on gear. We usually incorporate safety somehow, so we'll have a safety demo as well. And then we have co-op informational booths where the members can learn about different programs that we offer. They can really get that one-on-one interaction with the staff.
This past year, the annual meeting was actually held prior to the member drive-through event. We didn't have very many members that wanted to come, but we still opened it up for the membership, and we did have it on Facebook Live. And then we had our drive-through event. So what we do is we're very fortunate here at the co-op. We have an entrance on one side and an exit on another road. So the members can come in through one way and then go out through the other exit. When they arrive, they actually hit the registration table first. That's the first stop. We check to make sure they are a member, and then we give them a prize. Then they wind back, basically back through the pole yard, and there's 4 different stops along the way. All right, so the second station they go to is actually where they can get a food coupon to a local restaurant. That local restaurant is actually owned by a member of the cooperative, and they've also been very supportive of the cooperative in the past when we've had ice storms and stuff. So it's a way for us to also give back to them. Then the third stop, they are going to get a hat if they would like to have a co-op hat, and then we have school supplies for every child or student that's in the car. This is a big thing that we do because a lot of the kids in our area aren't able to afford the school supplies they need. The next stop is usually we give away just small prizes. It could be a fly swatter, a pen, anything of that nature, but we do have basically 4 stops on the way. And then this year, we had such a big attendance over the last 3 years that we had to wind it all the way back through the pole yard, and we put our equipment on display so they could see what trucks and stuff the guys use throughout the day.
Appreciation Day came from the fact that we went to online for the member annual meeting, because we saved a lot of money on the annual meeting process, so we were able to show our members how much we appreciate them by giving them a day at Cedar Point.
And then definitely keep the Cedar Point Member Appreciation Day. The next year, we repeated the same thing. And again, we surveyed again, same results, different result on Cedar Point Member Appreciation Day. Participation pretty much doubled. So we're getting more people. And we started adding more informational things at Member Appreciation Day, where we're having booths talking about energy and our political actions and, showing EVs and things like that. So it's not just a day at the amusement park, it's also a day to learn about your cooperative.
So we do host a couple of different events in lieu of that big annual meeting event where we would try to connect with people. We have Brews and Views events. We have several a year. They are hosted in the past. They've been hosted at breweries, and we invite members to come and to talk with us. We cap it off so we don't get overwhelmed, because we don't want it to turn into the same type of annual meeting that it was in the past. We want it to stay small. We want to be able to hear everybody. We want to be able to see everybody's faces, get to know them, and engage in conversation. So we cap the attendance. We usually stop at about 200, invite people in, and we have a drink. We offer a sandwich or dinner. We have live music. It's a very casual, friendly, fun, connecting event. Our CEO attends. The majority of our leadership team will attend. They're there to answer questions. And what's really awesome is that members come prepared to ask questions. They saw something online, or they saw something that concerned them, and they come with that question, and they can hear from, you know, our operations guys, or they can hear from our engineering, or they can hear from marketing communications and find out the truth. Our Brews and Views connecting beautifully with younger families, younger members. They show up to the breweries, they bring their kids, they bring their dogs, and they just have a really, really great time. One of the reasons why we named it Brews and Views is because we do want to make sure we can still tap into that older audience, that older demographic, and so we have some Brews and Views coming up this year that are coffee brews. Come and get a coffee and some donuts with us and sit down and talk it out.
And we came up with the idea to have a drive-in movie theater, and we rented out the drive-in movie theater, and we pre-recorded our business portion of our meetings, and we played those as the precursor of the movie, and then we showed a movie to the membership. The drive-in, we did it a second year as the COVID pandemic was coming to an end. And then after that, we felt it kind of ran the course a little bit, so we had to come up with a different avenue and decisions. Were we going to go back to a traditional annual meeting, or were we going to continue on this path? And in that time frame, we had implemented electronic voting for members, for directors and code changes, and we were voting by mail and voting online. And that turned out to be extremely beneficial because our membership voting quadrupled compared to what we got, and we knew we could not go back. And so we decided to go the third year with Souder Heritage Village. Souder Heritage Village allowed us to set up an entrance table at the entrance of the village, and we had the staff and management at the entrance of the village admitting people. And then we had a designated area for all the board members and the trustees to be, so that they could be available to the membership. We felt if we're going to do these events, the number one priority was that management, the staff, and board and trustees were available to the memberships at least once a year, and that covered that basis. We still posted our membership business portion of our annual meeting online, and the differences there was the fact that the members could watch or view the meeting business reports if they were interested at their leisure whenever they wanted, and we leave them up all year round.
So for our annual meeting process and member events in 2024, what we've decided to do is to still offer a live streamed annual meeting so we can satisfy our code of regulations, carry out that official business of the co-op. And then we're also going to, within that same budget that we've used in years past, offer member events. We're going to have a family fun day where members can come out to our offices. We're going to have one event in our Marion district, one event in our Kenton district that's really geared towards families, younger audiences. Those members that continually come out in the past to our annual meeting are still going to have a good time as well. But for them, it's an opportunity to bring the kids out for inflatables and kids activities, to enjoy some food on behalf of the co-op at a food truck, and also just meet with our staff and talk about any concerns that they would have.